Hey virtual pilots, choosing to fly properly with instrument flight rules or visual flight rules can dramatically increase the immersion and enjoyment of your flight simulation experience. It could also be a good way to supplement flight training and maintain currency. However, flying VFR has always been limited by two major factors in flight simulators. Number one, our ability to easily look around whilst flying the aircraft so that we can see and easily identify visual reference points.
Next up is a really unique location. Make a left turn and point us towards our next waypoint, Alcatraz.
And secondly, the accuracy of the scenery in the world in which we fly. Now, the use of a decent virtual reality headset makes flying and keeping track of visual points an absolute
Just crossing
doddle.
the nose now, across the San Francisco Bay, is the Golden Gate Bridge, one of the world's most iconic landmarks. Looking dead ahead is the city of San Francisco itself, with Oakland Bay Bridge further left in the windscreen. The larger island ahead of the nose is Angel Island, with Mount Livermore at its centre. Alcatraz is the much smaller island to the left of Angel Island and is famous for its prison for dangerous criminals, which closed in 1963. The lighthouse there is the oldest on the Pacific coast.
Literally no harder than turning your head. Because we can keep our hands on the controls and we have visual cues about our pitch and roll, it's much easier to maintain control of our aircraft even in challenging flight conditions.
As we get nearer, you can get some stunning views of the city and the bay. San Francisco and Oakland airports are not far south from here, so Alcatraz is about as close as we can get to the built-up areas.
A Microsoft Flight Simulator literally created the entire world, making use of satellite imagery and photogrammetry. Combine this with some select third-party add-ons, and you have an accurate recreation of the world, which includes many of the listed visual reference points on real-world aviation charts. The accuracy of this virtual world means that we can use these real-world charts or flight planning software such as SkyDemon. This allows us to use line features such as roads and coastlines, large towns, and visual reference points to navigate our way to our destination. Unsure how to do these things or make use of dead reckoning and do wind correction angles? Then there are some excellent training add-ons such as the Navigator package from FS Academy, and you can get this for around $20 US. Use all three of these in combination, a VR headset, the realistic world, and an excellent training package, and you have an excellent simulator for practicing real-world operations and flight planning. There's no better time to get into flight simulation, and if your budget can stretch to a VR headset, this will greatly simplify and enhance your digital-based training. Whilst it's no substitute for real-world training, this can be an excellent training aid to supplement your real-world training, allowing you to practice in between lessons, keeping mental calculations on wind correction sharp, practicing timing legs.
Make sure to keep us at 2,800 feet altitude.
And the extra practice you will get planning and flying real-world routes. The FS Academy training modules are excellent, and for VFR flying, I would recommend their VFR and Navigator packages. These will teach you traffic patterns, overhead joins, and how to do things like short and long distance planning for VFR navigation. Simulators have always been a legitimate training aid, and the sophistication of Microsoft Flight Simulator with a VR headset is not only an extremely enjoyable experience, but a great way of honing your skills, when you can simply turn your head, look at the visual reference points, and keep a track of them. It really makes the experience as close to the real thing as you're going to find.
Now take a right here and head straight towards the Golden Gate Bridge. Painted in international orange for visibility in the fog, the Golden Gate Bridge is over a mile in length, making it the world's longest suspension bridge at the time it was completed in 1937. The towers reach up 800 feet and weigh 22,000 tons each, suspending the roadway beneath them, carrying over 100,000 vehicles per day.
As always, I hope you're very well wherever in the world you are. Stay safe in the skies, and I will see you in my next one.